Welcome to DCAN, now part of the National Democratic Institute's Democracy Support Toolkit, DemTools. The National Democratic Institute is a non-profit, non-partisan organization working to support and strengthen democratic institutions worldwide through citizen participation, openness, and accountability in government. I'm Evan Summers, Technology Trainer here at NDI, and I'll be walking you through the tool today. Created by New Civic, DCAN is a comprehensive warehousing and visualization powerhouse built to publish open data and support compelling, data-driven storytelling. NDI Tech has adapted this DEM tool to meet some of the most common needs of our partners in democracy. The DCAN tool aggregates data and lets you quickly view, publish, chart, graph, and map information across time and location, and even provides templates for structuring data-driven narratives and stories. By analyzing and visualizing data instantaneously, policymakers and advocates can spot trends, flag issues, and make better, more informed decisions. Let's take a look at the tool. We can see the demo version by visiting dcan.demcloud.org. From here, you can log into the site with the username and password provided on the splash page. Once logged in, we are taken to the DCAN homepage. Here you can see that we have dashboards for content, datasets, groups, and visualizations. The dashboards provide an overview of all this content and present the user with the most relevant or current data. DCAN's data publishing model is based on the concept of datasets with resources. The best way to get an understanding of this system is to walk through the process of creating or adding a dataset. A dataset contains individual resources as well as metadata. Metadata is the who, what, when, where, and why of each dataset. Once logged in, click on Add Dataset in the main navigation bar. Create a title and description for the dataset, and be sure to add relevant tags and select how the dataset is licensed. This is the container for the actual data we'll add. Once you've filled in all the fields, click Next, Add Data, at the bottom of the screen. A resource is the actual data being published in the form of files, APIs, or links. Resource types include CSV, GeoJSON, TXT, and XML files, among many more. If the resource is an API, it can be used as a live source of information for building a site or application. There are several different ways we can add resources to a dataset. We can use a link to a data file, link to an API, or simply upload a file. For this demo, we'll simply upload that file. As you can see, we have here prepared a CSV of election data which we're going to upload and use for this demonstration. Now that we've outlined the main features of DCAN, let's bring everything together by looking at different ways to visualize that data. First, let's create a chart. Begin by navigating to the dataset upon which you want to base your chart. Then, right-click, or on Macs, control-click, the download button to copy the URL of the resource file. Now use the administration menu at the top to navigate to Structure, Entity Types, Visualization, Chart, and Add Chart. Enter values on this page for the title, description, and at the bottom of the form, paste the resource link that you just copied into the Source field. Now click the Next button. If the URL was loaded properly, you'll have two fields to fill under the title Define Variables. The first one, Series, stands for the Y-axis, and the second field stands for the X-axis. On these fields, you choose the columns that you are going to display. After clicking Next, you can select the type of chart that you want to create. Click on the image of the chart type that you would like to use. The charts on this screen are just generic images that aren't based on the data you loaded. To see the actual chart that you're making, click the Next button. If everything went okay, you should see your chart displayed. On the right column, you can edit the X format for the labels, change label rotation and color of the lines and columns, and add X and Y labels to the axis themselves to further customize your chart. If you'd like to see what this data looks like in another type of chart or graph, click back on the bottom of the page and repeat these steps with another chart or graph selection. After editing and customizing the chart to your particular liking, click the Finish button. Now you've created your chart. On the Charts page, there will be an Embed button. Click on it to reveal the HTML embed code which you can add to any website to embed a live, dynamic chart which will update whenever you change the chart on your DCAN site. You can also set the height and width of the embedded chart by typing it into the height and width boxes above the embed code. In addition to charts, DCAN also helps you quickly visualize your data using maps. To create a choropleth map, one of DCAN's map visualization types, use the Administration menu at the top of the screen to navigate to Structure, Entity Types, Choropleth Visualization, and Add Choropleth Visualization. Select the GeoJSON file with the locations you desire, add a title for your map, and select a data resource. Then, customize your map by choosing a color scheme. The final part of creating the choropleth visualization gives you the opportunity to select the columns of your CSV or other resource that you'd like to display, the percentage or other breakpoints to be reflected by the color gradient, and to fill in the proper codes for the GeoJSON key, map column, and GeoJSON label. More information about what these codes and labels mean can be found in the DCAN user manual. When done, click Save to create your choropleth map visualization. As you can see, the choropleth uses the pre-selected shading and coloring to indicate the average values of your data in the GeoJSON's predefined geographic areas. DCAN's choropleth visualization function also allows us to easily toggle between data columns to show, for instance, change of data over time. On the choropleth's page, there will also be an Embed button, just like for the chart we saw earlier. This button will allow you to embed a live, dynamic version of the visualization wherever you might want it. There are other visualizations such as cluster maps and other types of charts that you can also quickly and easily create with DCAN, in addition to the powerful narrative, storyboard, and data viewing tools. To learn more about these, be sure to check out our DCAN user manual. That just about wraps it up for this DCAN demonstration, but remember that the DCAN source code is free and open source, and you can clone it from NDI's GitHub account. If you are interested in a fully hosted deployment of DCAN, you can contact us via email at ict@ndi.org or tweet us at nditech. We'd also love to hear from you with any comments, questions, or suggestions you might have. Thanks for joining me today. You can learn more about DCAN and the rest of NDI's DEM tools for Democracy Toolkit by visiting nditech.org/demtools.